Is that proceed with self-reliance. Don't wait for instructions. Find out how far you have imbibed at least the commencement. This is something which is yoga at foothills of mountainous yoga. So at least you should be able to have your self-reliance at the foothill of yoga, pranayama. So figure out what are the aspects of the process, orientation, sanitizations, initializations, and how it has to be structured. So unless you put it into your practice, you won't be able to develop the skill. It's not proper to be spoon-fed by the teachers every time. As a protocol, preliminaries, etc., find out how they are to be sequenced. It's a matter of research for you to really understand the sequencing of the process. Profound exhalations to flush out. The most fundamental thing is to flush out the mundanity, flush out the worldliness, flush out the empiricism. Mark the role of your exhalations. They are not merely respiratory exhalations, but they are sanitizers. They are conservative agencies, conservation agencies, housekeeping agencies, with their internal housekeeping, with their internal hospitality. To find out how the breath plays the roles of conservation, housekeeping, and the hospitality. Find out at what point in time you take recourse to silent utterance of Om, and find out how does it work inhalatively and exhalatively. Inhalatively, it is like a spring. Exhalatively, it is like a shower. Oh. 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 Yogena chittasya padena vacham balam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. आबाहु पुरुषाकारम् शङ्खचक्रास्यधारिणम् सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतम् प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिम् हरिः ओम्. Pull your head down to the heart and surrender the exhalations. Drop the function, open the eyes. See, usually pranayama is considered as breath regulation, breath control. This is how it is put across to a layman who is absolutely illiterate about yoga. And that's how pranayama is put across. It is breath control and breath regulation. But do you want to just regulate the breath in your pranayama, or you want you to be regulated by the breath? What do you look for? Do you want to regulate the breath and breathing, or do you want to breath to be regulating you and yours? Do you regulate the breath, or you want the breath to regulate you and yours? Your body, mind, breath, senses, speech, psyche, consciousness. Do you want them to be regulated? So the breath is to be used. We use the breath in pranayama. Whereas usually the impression is that pranayama is breath regulation. Now, did you identify? I said your breath is going to carry out functions such as orientation, sanitizations, preparatories, protocol, conservation, conservative agency, hospitality agency, housekeeping agency. Like in material world, if you have money, you can get so many things in exchange of money. Is that right? Money can be exchanged into any goods, object, and services. So that's how the money comes handy in material life. If you don't have any commodity, money will help you procure. If you don't have any goods, money will help you procure. If you don't have any services, money will help you have the services. So we use the money. Primarily, we use the money. So breath, what we call as breath, it is not breath. We call it breath. It is something like money in the internal realm. It is currency of the internal realm. Whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to have, whatever you want to acquire, whatever you want to get rid of, what money does in the world, that you get what you want, you get rid of what you don't want. Is that right? You have a disease. What do you do with the money? You want to get rid of disease, and therefore you use the money and get rid of money. You take medicine, consume medicine, and get rid of your problem, get rid of your pain, get rid of your diseases. So the breath is in the internal realm. It is wrongly called breath for comprehension of common man. Because right in the beginning, if you say pavana and pran and vayu, the common man, it means nothing. So the breath is internal currency, convertible into anything that you want and convertible for anything that you want to get rid of. Like you want to get rid of pain and disease. In yoga, in spiritualism, you want to get rid of rajatama gunas. You want to get rid of your vasanas. You want to get rid of your kleshas. You want to get rid of your afflictions. And with the help of breath, you can get what you want to get. You can get rid of what you want to get rid of. So it is not a matter of regulating the breath, it is using the breath. Are you able to use the breath? People have money, that everyone doesn't have wisdom to use the money. There are many people who have a lot of money. They do not know how to use the money constructively, properly, so that it is propitious. If it is that wisdom is not there, then having a lot of money is not propitious. So we use the money. More than we regulate the money. You are not your own finance minister to regulate your own money. We use the money. You cannot be printing the notes whenever you want to print the notes, and whenever you want to get rid of the notes, you cannot destroy the notes, currency notes. So the breath is something internally like that. Now I won't say much about it because you are here for a class. You are not so much for education. Although I stuffed down the education into your throat, but you are not prepared here for education. You have come here for a class. I want you to come out of this. Yoga cannot be really pursued by classes and classes and classes once a week, twice a week, thrice a week, 7 days a week, 1 month and 2 months and 6 months and 1 year and 5 years and 10 years and 20 years. Just going to class. You don't learn. Class is meant for, as a consumer market, classes are required. In the consumer market, classes are required. Yoga is a matter of education. We need to get education about it. Anyway, point is just to erase from your mind the definition of pranayama, which is breath control and breath accumulation. To erase it, I said something. Now, you have to ponder over it and try to figure out, open out whatever I said. I won't open out in your 90 minutes class. We won't also tolerate. You are not here to just hear what I say. There is much to be heard about yoga. You are not prepared to hear about yoga. You are here to do yoga, do yoga, do yoga. And you are not prepared to learn about yoga. It has a timeless tradition. You don't want to hear about it. It has mountainous science. You don't want to hear about it. There are enormous treatises. There is enormous rich tradition, textual tradition and oral tradition. You don't want to hear about it. Unless you are prepared to hear about yoga, it is very difficult to go proceed in yoga. You don't just depend on a teachers to instruct you. Instructional yoga. In education, you have to open out those portals. Anyway, that's about what is really pranayama. Ponder over it. I've given some input. I've let in a worm into your brain. You think over it. Don't be just nurturing that idea. Pranayama is breath regulation, breath control, and breath regulation. It is nonsense when you are in education of yoga. Okay. So here, something more I will be telling you, but I don't want to make it a discourse. So all of you will settle down in one of the supine positions that is proper for you, Baddha Konasana, Supta Virasana, Matsyasana, etc. And then you will hear what I say. You are going to do something which is relevant in what you do. I won't tell you what you have to do. So do your position, take your position as a breathesture and mindesture, and then find out how do you use your in-breath and out-breath, post-inhalative breath, post-inhalative breath, continuous breath, circular breath, linear breath, thicker breath, thinner breath, for as if it is money, money-like thing in the adhyatma, spiritual realm. So use it for your anatomy, physiology, psychology, sensology, mindology, and find out how you can be using the breath. Heavy duty breath, normal duty breath, feather touch breath. So you will be engaged in doing something subjectively. I have said sufficiently about it. You have to use your in breath and use your out breath. You have to use the gap between the in breath and out breath and in breath. You have to use your post exhalative in a suspension or retention and both inhalative suspension or retention. So find out how you will try to use the breath in the Panchavayu segments, which will circumscribe whole embodiment. Panchavayu circumcise everything from your crown of the head to soles of your feet. So just try to do that field work. It works as something as a conservation agency, something as housekeeping. Understand what is housekeeping inside, what is hospitality inside. Just as when you go to hotel and stay there. So find out how you. It's a service provider. It is service provider. You look for whatever relaxation, quietening, piety, purity, sanctity. You want inner clarity. You want inner cleansing and washing and etc. etc. You want to do all that internally. So how the in breath and out breath is a service provider, conservation, housekeeper, and hospitality provider. So try to do your field work and meanwhile listen to what I am going to tell you. It is something to be heard, not something to be interpreted and followed. Do you follow? Otherwise, in the class, whatever teacher said, you start doing it. I'm not telling you for something for you to do it here and now. It is just coming to you as an information. And whatever you have to do, I have already clearly said that. So keep yourself engaged in getting the hospitality from the so-called breath, housekeeping from so-called breath, conservation from house of breath, conditioning from the breath. It is conditioner provider. It gives you sought after conditions, and whichever conditions you want to get rid of. You have some tension, worry, turbulence. You want to get rid of it. Mundanity, personal gravity is working, family gravity is working, professional gravity is working. You want to get rid of that. To find out how it will help you to get rid of what you want to get rid of here. And it will give you what you want to have, what you want to procure, what you want to acquire. It will give you. So try to go by that. Meanwhile, just listen as an information. I'm not giving you any point which you can incorporate and follow and do it, execute it. Followed? You see, we have this idea that we want to have a rhythmic breath. And that is what medical science also has given this impression that we must have rhythmic breath and not have sporadic breath, spasmodic breath, irrhythmic breath. That is not a condition of healthiness. If your breathing is spasmodic, sporadic, jerky, bumpy, irrhythmic, then it is said to be lack of health. So medical pathology says you must have rhythmic breath. You must have consistent breath, rhythmic breath. But that is not what the breath needs. Rhythm is not what the breathing requires. As much as it doesn't endorse with irrhythmic breathing, rhythmic breathing is also not opted for, is not sought after. There is nothing like rhythm in the breathing. Breathing need not be rhythmic. The breathing will change according to your movements. Physical movements, breathing changes. So now you are breathing, and while you are walking, your breathing is different. If you are having brisk walk, it's a different breathing. If you are having jogging, it's a different breathing. When you are running, it's a different breathing. When you are sprinting, it's a different breathing. When you are jumping, it's different breathing. When you are climbing up and down, it is different breathing. Now, if you want to have rhythmic breathing, that means you can't uh, put taboo that I won't walk, I won't stand, I won't make movement, I won't climb up, I won't climb down. You can't put taboos. That is why, even in medical pathology, when you go for stress test, in stress test, they increase your breath rate. Breath rate goes up from 15 per minute, it goes up 10 times perhaps, 8, 10 times. What is, and it is not negative condition. If your breath rate has gone from 15 per minute to 50 per minute, but what is important, they want the breath to come back in ideal time, stipulated time. The breath should be recovered. If you don't recover, then you have a cardiac problem. That's why the stress test is given. They increase your heart rate. Usually, you want heart rate to be sustained, but then they increase your heart rate from whatever 72 per minute. It can go for 200 per minute, even 250 per minute, even they do it. But they want to see how what time it takes to recover, and there is a parameter. In that time, it recovers. They say you are healthy. If it doesn't recover in that time, they say you are not healthy. Heart is not healthy, etc. The point is, rhythmic breathing is not to be sought after. Breathing coming to normalcy is sought after in pathology. With a parameter, they have some stipulated time. At that time, the breath should be coming to normalcy. The heart rate should come to normalcy. The breath rate should come to normalcy. For it to come to normalcy, they take it to super normal levels. 4 times, 5 times, 7 times, 8 times. And that is what the stress test is. So, rhythmic breathing is not ideal breathing. In that case, your activities are limited. Physical activity breathing is one, intellectual activity breathing is another, mental activity breathing is another. Intellectual problem, one kind of breathing. Physical problem, another kind of breathing. Emotional problem, another kind of breathing. So the breathing will be changing. And we have this in our life, upheavals. There is physical turbulence, there is mental turbulence, intellectual turbulence, emotional turbulence. That is how the life is made of. But it is important that the breath should be retrieved. It should be recovered. It should come back to normalcy in a particular duration of time. If it takes longer time, then it's a problem. So normal breathing is not ideal condition. Rhythmic breathing is not ideal condition, because life, conduct of life will never allow you sustained breathing. There will be ups and downs. So there will be spikes. But how quick the breath settles down and becomes free from spikes is what is important. So it is not ideal to have rhythmic breathing. In that case, many of the activities are set aside, and that's not what the life is. So understand, rhythm with regards to breath it's a different idea and concept. It's not a mechanical rhythm like a pendulum of a clock or the ticking of a clock. The ticking of a clock is rhythmic. You take your watch to the ears and you know how it is ticking. It should be ticking rhythmically. So that is a mechanical rhythm. The breathing doesn't have this mechanical rhythm of 15 cycles per minute and then slowly bring it to 12 cycles per minute. I think that's a good condition. There's a different concept when we speak about rhythm in breathing. So one is called the mechanical rhythm, like a pendulum of a clock or a ticking of a clock, wristwatch. Today we don't have the pendulum clocks at all, but then we know the clock ticks. The ticking is rhythmic. That's called mechanical rhythm. The heart also doesn't have mechanical rhythm because heart has different states of mind. In different states of mind, the heartbeats are different. Normal state, relaxed state, excited state, uh, fearsome state, happy state, sorrow state. Everywhere the heart rate is also changing. It is important the heart rate comes back to normalcy in a stipulated time. Then that is healthy heart. So even the heart rhythm is not mechanical because it depends upon your body activity, mind activity, whether it is negativistic activity or positivistic activity or neutral activity. The heart rate is also going to be different. So we have different concept of rhythm in with respect to breath and heart. Now let go and come up. I suppose you were engaged in what you were assigned for. I gave an assignment. Or how many of you just were hearing me and did not complete your assignment? Come up, come up, come up, come up. How many of you are merely hearing me? I had given an assignment. I had given an assignment. I said, just hear me out. Don't try to interpret, don't try to execute. But I know the result is miserable. Most of you were just hearing me and you did not attend to your assignment which was given. This skill you have to develop. Otherwise, you all have concept, I practice 2 hours yoga every day. I practice 1 hour. I practice 45 minutes. Some people say I practice 3 hours, 4 hours. I know some of the students stayed in the institute for 3, 4 hours. And what is it? Back home, 4 hours. I did 4 hours yoga, 3 hours yoga. They stayed here 3 hours, 4 hours. But Guruji said, my yoga is lifelong. My yoga is 24 into 7. Now, what will be the yoga which is going 24 into 7? You can't have short and t-shirt yoga for 24 into 7, is it right? Mat, shorts, t-shirts, belts, bricks, bolsters, belts. You can't be having 24 into 7 yoga. But why did Guruji say you did not understand? You thought it is exaggeration. You thought it is exaggeration. You never had inquiry about it. You did not understand what is meant. He said, I live yoga. And you all say, I do yoga. Is that right? You all say you do yoga. I do yoga. He said he lived. He said, I live yoga. Now, to live means 24 into 7. You can't live for a minute or two or hour or two and then not live, again come back and start living and again not live. You can't be living and non-living, living and non-living during the lifetime. Is that right? Is it possible that your life is comprised of living, non-living, living, non-living, living, non-living? Is it possible? You thought it is exaggeration, but it is possible that you can live. That's why you have to know what really yoga is. You know only t-shirt yoga, which I sometimes ridiculously say chaddi yoga. चड्ड्या घातल्याशिवाय योगच करता येत नाही. Chaddi yoga means short yoga. This is called chaddi. What I'm wearing and what some of you are wearing. This is called chaddi. Chaddi means shorts. Some of you might be having leggies. So it's a different thing, might be with full pant, etc., etc. So bloomers too, slacks, ladies are wearing. So you can't imagine yoga without this. Yoga happens inside it, inside you. Why should you bother about the outfit? There are so many aspects of yoga which don't demand that you should be in these outfits. If you want to do physical form of yoga, then you have to put on t-shirts and shorts. You can't do that yoga with a sari, with a formal dress, and that's why you have a yoga dress. But then there are so many aspects of yoga which don't entail the dress. And that's why Guruji said, I live yoga. And you do yoga for 45 minutes, 1 hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours, very dedicated, serious, sincere students, 3 hours, 4 hours. So understand what that yoga might be if it is for you to live. If it is for you to do, you can't do more than 1 or 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours or 5 or 6 hours. On regular basis, you will not be able to do that much. You only understand what is to do yoga. So we have to inquire into what is to live yoga. What is to live? And nobody questioned Guruji. And they thought it's an exaggeration. So that's why we have this karma yoga. Karma yoga means yoga of action. You are in the activity, still yoga can be done. We all are in activity, but we are not in karma yoga. But there is karma yoga, which is yoga of activity during your activity hours, activity phase of the time. We don't bother about it. Therefore, there are so many yogas: karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, hatha yoga, raja yoga, mantra yoga, lay yoga, nada yoga, nama yoga, kundalini yoga. So many yogas are there. That's why you need education about yoga. Those who are not had any orientation to it, my book Discourses on Yoga. Try to read it and then you will know. Yoga is not only chaddi yoga, short yoga, t-shirt yoga, sportswear yoga. And today on YouTube, it is so agonizing, angrying that they are in sportswear from shoes, and they do your yoga. Because when you are going to do physical exercise, these days you have to put on shoes. So there are many people who are doing yoga with the shoes on. Why? Because it's a physical culture. So physical culture, you need the particular dress, sportswear, and the shoes also come in sportswear. Today there is no sports without shoes, which is unfortunate. Anyway, develop this knack that you have an assignment that you carry out. At the same time, you should be able to hear what I said. This skill has to be developed so that you can be in your life and still the yoga can come in. Otherwise, you close the life and do your yoga. Is that right? You close your life and do yoga. Now, how? Where is the chance to do 24 into 7 or live yoga? So when you are in yoga, you are not in life dynamics. When you are in life dynamics, you are not in yoga, whereas it is possible. So try to understand what must be this yoga, which can be lived and not merely done. So at least learn this lesson. Now told you something, assignment was given. I said you have to see how you will use your breath. I gave quite a prologue to that. Heavy duty, normal duty, touch duty, Panchavayu breathing, housekeeping, conservation, etc. I said you have to do that. But many of you, when you were hearing me, you suspended it. Or you alternate between do for a while, listen to me. When you hear, you don't do. When you do, you don't hear. This is not qualifying condition. You must be able to hear as well as do. Then only you will be able to proceed in yoga. Yoga is part of life. It is yoga is from life, is a part of life, is about life. Yoga has to be in your life. What is that yoga which can come in the life not as an interference, but as a component? Now, you don't want mundane life to interfere with your yoga, is that right? You don't want your family life, personal life, mundane life to interfere with your yoga because you think that is interference. Then it is never possible, not even imaginable, that you will live yoga. There are some aspects of yoga which will be components. There will be components appearing in your life. They are not mutually exclusive, which is the case for all of us. While when Guruji said, I live yoga, you should know that it was not mutually exclusive. Then what is the kind of yoga which becomes component for life conditions, life dynamics? That's why you have to shun your life when you do yoga. You have to shun your yoga when you are in your life. How you will live? But there is something whereby you can live. Yoga can become a component of your dynamics of life, the conditions of life, handling of life. The tradition of saints in yoga have told us one of the simplest ways which we can come and in the beginning you will have lots of fumblings. Like anything we do, start doing new, we fumble a lot. But then later it can become part of life. Bhagwan Nama. We have to develop this habit that the Nama will come as an invariable concomitant. It may not happen in the beginning formative phases, but it can later happen. So that's a very preliminary lesson given by the tradition. Maybe for Westerners, it is something totally alien, unknown, but we had the tradition, they told us. Otherwise, most of the Occident people remember the God in difficulties. When in difficulty, think of God. Why not think of God when you are happy? Is it not selfish, ulterior, selfish thing? When in difficulty, think of God. That means we want to his help and assistance when you are in difficulty. But when we are in enjoyment and joy, we don't want him to partake and share our joy. We want him to share only our sorrows. Oh God, I am in difficulty. Oh God, I am helpless, hapless, hopeless. Help me, help me, help me. And we don't want the God to come in our parties. When you enjoy the party, forget the God. When you have difficulty, think of God. When you are enjoying, forget the God. When you are in pain and problem, think of God. This is not human, it is inhuman. But this is the philosophy of some of the faiths. When it's difficulty, think of God. Other time, don't think of the God at all. SOS. SOS condition, think of God. Anyway, so it is not rhythm, mechanical rhythm. Are you convinced? If I say get up and walk, your breathing will not be what it is now. Is that right? If I say get up and go and walk, go and up and come down, it won't be this breathing now. Now you are thinking, intellectual function, it's a different breathing. Then I suppose I say put music and say enjoy your this music, classical music or music of your liking. Suppose I put on the music and you release the music. It is different music. It is different breathing. So should you not be allowed to have different breathing or one rhythmic breathing, mechanical every time? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Is it a clock? So it's a different concept. The rhythm is a different concept. Whereas we have a word for rhythm which is more inclusive. Laya, laya. And this is a very, very fascinating word. It has two connotations. One is what you call as rhythm, consistent oscillation, consistent movement. That is one meaning of laya. The another meaning is absorption. Therefore, there is laya yoga. Laya yoga is not rhythmic, not that everything should be in rhythm. So there is a yoga called laya yoga. You should be knowing all these are students of yoga. What is laya yoga? Open out the book, which I briefly explained, laya yoga of 9 limbs. You all know Ashtanga yoga of 8 limbs. There is mantra yoga of 16 limbs. Laya yoga of 9 limbs. Hatha yoga of 6 limbs. They are all yogas. So laya also means absorption. In Indian music, when you are listening to Indian music, unlike the Western music is it is little tensed if you are connoisseur because it's a fixed composition, whether the performance is going wrong, etc., etc. It's a tension for performer as well because it is set music. There is no improvisation, set music. So you cannot go wrong in some notes or go wrong somewhere in the composition. So the artists are stressed, artists are never relaxed. And the audience, if they are connoisseurs, they know what is the composition. And if something is gone wrong, it is disturbance. So they are also stressed. Suppose your child is playing a concert, Beethoven or Bach. You are tensed, Beethoven, Bartok, Mozart, etc. You are tensed whether your child is going to fumble anywhere. So you are not relaxed in listening to music, nor the performer is relaxed. So the concept of music in the West is totally different. It's a harmony, harmony, harmony. We have melody. We have melody. We can relish. There is something to enjoy rather than being stressed. Our artists won't be stressed. Performers are not stressed. And audience also not stressed. So it's a different concept of music in India. Indian music. Music has an oscillation. The audience will be sitting still, listen to music. How will they relish the music? There is oscillation created by music. Or the artists are oscillating. The audience is also oscillating. That is called, and therefore they get absorbed. Like if the baby has to go to sleep, it should be given oscillation. Don't tie a baby so that it will not move the limbs and it will go to sleep. Because the baby will be moving the limbs. So you can't tie the limbs, legs tied, arms tied, a baby leg. Baby go to sleep. Baby won't go to sleep. You'll have to oscillate the baby. You'll have to oscillate the baby by lullaby and by rhythmic patting. But the baby doesn't say, "Why mother you are patting? It's disturbing. I won't sleep." Only by patting, by baby goes to sleep. How is it possible? Suppose I come to your house at night and go on patting you. Will you go to sleep? You will say, "Hell with you. Go away from here." But how the baby wants patting for it to go to sleep? Absorption. The baby needs absorption to go to sleep. It is absorbed by patting. It is put in the cradle and cradle is moved. Now, suppose I put you in cradle and go on the machine and keep you swinging for 8 hours, you're not going to sleep. But the baby, how does it go to sleep? Absorption. So rhythm here is a different concept. It should give you absorption and not just mechanical rhythm. That's why there is Laya Yoga. Laya Kriya in Ashtanga Yoga, Ashtadasha Mahakriya, there is Laya Kriya. You must be absorbed in Sarvangasana, Shirshasana, Halasana. It's not just you are having rhythmic breathing, mechanical rhythm with heart, beat, etc. It should give you absorption. Rhythm should be such which gives you absorption. All rhythms don't give you absorption. So cyclic rhythms give you absorption. Mechanical rhythm 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 doesn't give you absorption. Therefore, there is the lullaby sung by the mother. So it becomes cyclic rhythm. So therefore, in pranayam, you should know the concept of rhythm is totally different. The breath should be oscillating. Then you will get the state that you want: purity, piety, sanctity, relaxation to all those higher states. So it's not a mechanical rhythm. I don't know, the name doesn't come on my metronome. You have an instrument called metronome. Many of you may not be knowing it. Metronome. Now, metronome has a rhythm. Now, that is not the rhythm which is spoken about. It is cyclic rhythm. So, with regard to Samantrak pranayam, there are mantras: Ekakshara mantra, Dvayakshara mantra, Trayakshara mantra, Panchakshara mantra, Shadakshara mantra, Attakshara mantra, Dvadashakshara mantra, Shodashakshara mantra. So, mantras are so many letters. Om is one lettered. Ram is two lettered. Shri Ram is three lettered. Jai Shri Ram, five letters. So there are mantras of different dimensions. And then they repeat Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, five letters. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, three letters. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 13 letters. Now that's the cycle. Cycle of 2, cycle of 5, cycle of 8, cycle of 12, cycle of 16, cycle of 20, etc., etc. Now that cycle will give you layer in the sense absorption as well as rhythm. And that rhythm is important, not metronome rhythm in pranayam, that your rhythm is rhythmic 15 cycles per minute, 15 cycles per minute, 15 cycles per minute, then 12 cycles per minute, 12 cycles per minute, 12 cycles per minute, then 8 cycles per minute. It's not such a rhythm. It should be cycle. It should be oscillating rhythm. So therefore there is a classification called Vritti Pranayam and Vrutta Pranayam. Vritti Pranayam means qualitative. I should be relaxed, I should be quiet, tranquility, neutrality, virginity, sublimity, purity, piety, sanctity, sanity, equity, equanimity. Vritti. These are Vritti, states of mind. You must have certain states of mind emanating from your pranayam, such as quiet condition, serene condition, sublime condition, noble condition, transcendent condition. So this is vritti pranayam. One of the meanings is vritti of vritti is that. Then yeah, other meanings from a vritti, visha vritti pranayam, another connotation to vritti. One of the connotation is vritti. That means you have to go for a state of mind, quiet, serene, sublime, sedate, transpersonal, transcendent, transworldly, ethereal. So that is vritti. The vrutta pranayam is the concept of rhythm, which gives you oscillations and resulting into absorption. Now we have one idea, as I said, mantras, panchakshari, shadakshari, artakshari, dvadashakshari, shodashakshari, etc., etc. But mantra has another meaning. Those who Indians, you know that. Rama Raksha Stotram. Asya Sri Rama Raksha Stotra Mantra Stotra Mantra. Stotra is theology, praise. Stavanam. Stotra means Stavanam. Means to praise. It is a praise for Lord Rama. But it is also mantra. It is also mantra. It's a passage of several stanzas. And therefore, Asya Sri Rama Raksha Stotra Mantrasya. Mantra means it can chant you. It will put you in a chant. It will put you into a spell. It is capable of putting you into spell. One of the meanings of mantra is that it should put you in a spell. It should keep you spellbound. So Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, mantra. It is also mantra. It is such a long passage, but it is mantra because it can cast a spell on you. So if it casts a spell on you, then it is stotra itself becomes mantra. So it is not only letters, 10, 12, 15, 20, etc. Not merely letters. The whole passage can be enchanting, like Rama Raksha Stotram. It is clearly mentioned, Rama Raksha Stotra, Mantrasya, it is a mantra. Buddha Kaushika Rishi is the Rishi of the mantra. So it should cast a spell. It can cast a spell and it can give you the layer, absorb the condition. Okay. So in pranayam, don't just go for rhythmic breathing, but the breathing which gives you oscillation of different vruttas. We have concept of chanda, vrutta. The mantras have chanda. There are also vruttas. Like I just now said, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So these are different sizes, prosody and meters, prosodies and meters. So there is Vrutta Baddha Pranayam. That's why there is a Vrutta Pranayam. So it is particular size or Chando Baddha in particular meter. Most of you think of, the Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri is not a mantra. Gayatri is not a mantra. Gayatri is Chanda. It is Savitri mantra. Savitri mantra is Gayatri Chanda. Savitri mantra is also available in other chandas. If you look into Rig Veda, so Gayatri mantra is 24 letters. The same Savitri mantra, when it is in 36 letters, it becomes another chanda. Same Gaya Savitri mantra is available in 48 letters. It becomes another chanda. You get in Rig Veda, the Savitri mantra of Gayatri Chanda, Savitri mantra of Avishthapa Chanda, and other chandas. You get three for Brahmin, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. There are different dimensions. They are all Savitri mantras. So that's called Chanda and Vrutta. So there is Vrutta Pranayama. So let's try to have a little taste of it. All of you will lie down in Shavasana. Don't have bolster, just lie down in Shavasana. Put the bolster on your thighs so you don't put it on the side for troubling the neighbors. Put it on your thighs and lie down. Okay, wait. Don't sit, lie down. Sit, all of you. Sit. Sit and do. Face me. Are allowed. So these are certain hymns that you are going to hear now. These are hymns in different rhythmic patterns, not only in different ragas, but different rhythmic patterns, different rhythmic tempos. Some of the songs are in fast tempo, some of the songs are in slow tempo. Louder. Yeah, are you able to hear? This is a hymn to Dattatreya. It has a rhythmic pattern. So this is the oscillation. This is the oscillation. See its rhythm. Look at its tempo of oscillation. Look at the range of its rhythm. Now it has to be circle, it can become circle. You follow this cycle. Now your breathing should go in this tempo. So inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation. So this rhythm can take you to an absorption. Now it will be consistent for whatever 7-8 minutes. So for 7-8 minutes, your breathing will go in that. Onliners, I hope you are able to hear. Now lie down. Can you all hear clearly? It has a rhythmic oscillation. Loud understand the oscillation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is not rhythm, mechanical rhythm. Mechanical rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But see here the oscillation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has melody as well as rhythm. The lyrics have melody. So can you oscillate your ujjayi, your inhalative, exhalative breath? I'm not saying deep, but inhalative, exhalative, voluntary breathing, which should be adhering to the rhythmic cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So first 1, 2, 3, 4 is inhalation, second 1, 2, 3, 4 is exhalation. Then again inhalation, then exhalation. Or you can have little two of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, inhalation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhalation. So try to fix your breathing into this meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now this is the rhythmic pattern of this song. So inhalative wave, exhalative wave should adhere to this rhythmic pattern. You can let go for a while and again engage yourself in putting your breath, breathing into this rhythm. So basically you must swing in the rhythm. That's why you need to develop predilection for music. संगीताचा गंधही नसेल तर प्राणायाम पुढे जाणार नाही, लक्षात घ्या. Why rhythm is not changing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these oscillations can be in your breathing for up to down, down to up. Up, 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 down, 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 or up, down, up, down. So we have to adhere to this rhythm. So these are high on Dattatreya. राहू दे पुढचं येईल. लगेच येईल ना. कर. It is another hymn. It has another rhythmic pattern. It has another vrutta. It has another size, dimension. So learn to oscillate to the rhythm in mind and then allow the breath to oscillate in the rhythm. दत्ताची पालखी झुलते हळूच दत्ताची पालखी 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it has another tempo, another pace, another rhythm, another rhythmic cycle. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why the metronome will have mechanical rhythm? This is oscillating rhythm. Now find out, is the Vijay changed from the first to second? This has different tempo, these are different rhythmic cycle, different tala, different layer. One, two, three, four, five, six. It is consistent. Although I took a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So see the prosody, the stress. Let go all of it and come up. Come up, listen. So understand in Samantra Pranayama, which is one of the types of pranayama. There are two classifications, amantrak, samantrak. Now the mantras will be of different dimensions, different sizes. Datta mantra, Rama mantra, Krishna mantra, Narasimha mantra. So there will be different sizes. So there will be different sizes of mantras. So if at all, whenever you are going to do Samantra Pranayam kind of thing, it opens a huge spectrum of tempo, rhythm, and cyclic rhythm. If the pranayam has to go into absorption and samadhi, it leads that the touch of laya in the sense of absorption and the laya in the sense of cyclic rhythm. Now I gave you illustrations of the two different hymns, which are different tempo and different meters. So the meters are called chanda in Mantra Shastra. And in poetry, we have something called as vrutta, prosody. So when it is something lyrics, the lyrics, why is that lyrics are appealing and the prose is not appealing? The prose is not so appealing, but the lyrics are appealing because they are have a musical tone and they have a rhythm as well. That's why a mother sings a lullaby for the baby. So pranayama is lullaby for your worldly mind, mundane mind, so that the mundane mind goes to sleep. Mother puts the baby to sleep. In your pranayam, you have to put sleep your mundane mind, personal mind, empirical mind. It therefore requires absorption because you can't go to sleep while you're doing pranayam. You can't go to sleep under the pretext of yoga. The baby goes to sleep. You're not supposed to go to sleep. And therefore, you must develop this predilection liking for the music. That's why we have Nada Yoga. The mantras have lyrics, and there must therefore the mind will oscillate. While suppose you are listening to songs of your liking, your mind oscillates with the song. Is that right? Now here, the breath has to oscillate with the song. Now that is how it comes into yoga. We don't take the words of the lyrics. The words of lyrics are not important. The rhythm of the lyrics is important. Oscillation of the rhythm is important. Now the mantras will have letters as well. So what is important is cyclic rhythm, not mechanical rhythm. Cyclic rhythm. So it was not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So see the stress and emphasis. That's called prosody. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is no pattern prosody. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the different vruttas. You understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is required in poetry. This is required in lyrics. So therefore, if you put on different hymns, they will have different rhythmic patterns, tempos. And therefore, you'll have to do the breathing in different tempos, different rhythmic patterns. Now, all of you are, as you are sitting, sit formally. Sit formally. Whatever you want under the buttocks, take it so that you should not just be sitting. You are sitting to do some seating pranayama. So settle down in seated position formally. Get prepared for shwasa and pranayama. Watch your breath in the nostrils. Now, I want you to put your breath in a frame which is a three-lettered nama. Three-lettered nama. So your inhalation exhalation cycle, the whole cycle should be woven into that one nama. So that nama is containing three letters. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Complete your orbit of your breath in the nose. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Now these are three letters, but see the tempos will be different. Now your breath will be slowed down to complete the orbit. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Second tempo. They follow? So you can have different tempos, slow, medium, fast, for the same three letters. It can be Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. This is rapid breathing. Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Another tempo. Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. What happens to your velocity of your breath? It is changing for three tempos. Okay? I will give you five letters. You'll have to have you'll have to weave the mantra, the name, into your inhalation exhalation. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Now this can be in different tempos. Okay? Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Slower tempo, faster tempo. Now you should be able to render your breath in these tempos and rhythmic cycles. Now this is five lettered. Jai Shri Ram. Now six lettered. Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari. Your breathing has to be accommodated into Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari. So these are six letter. Ram, two, uh, Krishna, two, Hari, two. Two plus two plus two, Ram Krishna Hari. Ram Krishna Hari, six lettered. Now there will be 10 lettered. Jai Jai Ramakrishna Hari. 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 Your breathing rhythm is changing. Either the rhythm will change, or volume will change, or both will change. To accommodate more letters, either the breathing will become little longer or will become little slower. Okay, so these are 10 letters. Now 13 letters. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 The Shri should come at a same location of your orbit. That is the 13 letters. Now, this can be in uh, decelerated pace or accelerated pace, which will change your breathing dimension or breathing size. Let go. Look, open your eyes. So in Samantra Pranayama, we have different tempos, different paces, different sizes. Okay. So Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri should come in the same location of your orbit. So this is plain rhythm. Now sometimes suppose it is a longer mantra, then it might take 2 cycles of your breathing. So we are given mantras of different sizes. Now listen to this longer mantra. So you will not be able to accommodate your one breath into it consistently for 10 cycles, 12 cycles. You might do 1 cycle. But there are mantras of larger size. Krishna, Ananda, Mukunda, Murare, Vamana, Madhava, Govindam, Sridhara, Keshava, Raghav, Vishnu, Lakshmi, Nayaka, Narasimha. Larger dimension, larger size. So it might take more than 1 cycle. If you do in only 1 cycle, then maybe you'll do 1 or 2 cycles and they will few recovery cycles. Is that right? So we have mantras. Mantras are different dimensions. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. See the dimension. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Smaller sizes. Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Hari, Ramakrishna Govinda, Ramakrishna Govinda. Letters are changing. 2 plus 2 plus 3. Ramakrishna Govinda, Ramakrishna Govinda, Ramakrishna Govinda, Ramakrishna Hari, 6 letters. Ramakrishna Govinda, 7 letters. Ramakrishna Hari Govinda, Ramakrishna Hari Govinda, Ramakrishna Hari Govinda, 9 letters. And then when you are a little more profound, it will be like this. Say, look at my finger here. This is 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock position. Okay. Now I start with supposition exhalation. So I exhale, inhale, 12 o'clock. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 The Shri is every time at 12. If you are a little more a maestro musician, then see what happens. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. I'm going from 12 to 10 to 8 to 6 to 4 to 2 and come back to 12. So Shri will come in position of 12. In the next cycle, it will come in the position of 10. Then it will come to 8. Then it will come to 6. Then it will come to 4. Then it will come to 2. And it will come back to 12. So those 5 cycles or whatever cycles, they will become 1 cycle. Because I have to come back to 12 where I started. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 12. So when I come back to 12, although I have uttered it 3, 5 times or 4 times, how many times it comes? 6 times. 6 times, 10, 12, 8, 6, 4, 2. So 6 cycles will become 1 cycle. Because the Shri has to come again at 12. It moved to 10, it moved to 8, it moved to 6, it moved to 4, and then 2, and then back to 12. So once you are little maestro in music, they play with the rhythm. Indian musicians, they play with the rhythm. So we have different mantras. These are all mantras. Ram Krishna Hari, Ram Krishna Govinda. Ram Krishna Hari was revived by Jnaneshwar 700 years back. Mirabai Ram Krishna Govinda, Ram Krishna Govinda, Ram Krishna Govinda, Ram Krishna Govinda, Mirabai. Ram Krishna Hari Govinda, Ram Krishna Hari Govinda, Ram Krishna Hari Govinda was revived by Swarupananda. So these different noble people revived the different mantras, not that they created, they revived because our traditions are timeless. So Ram Krishna Hari Govinda Narayana Hari Hari Ram Krishna Hari Govinda Narayana Hari Hari Ram Krishna Hari Govinda Narayana Hari Hari. So you get different rhythmic patterns, different uh, tempos. So you should be able to render the Samantra Pranayama is rendered in different tempos and different dimensions of letters or sizes. And then your Samantra Pranayama is like music. Indian classical music. I don't know how many of you know Indian classical musicians will improvise continuously for 45 minutes or 1 hour or 90 minutes. They don't have composed music. It is extempore, creativity, intuitive music, creative music. And then they play for 45 minutes one raga, play for 90 minutes one raga. Nothing is composed, nothing is fixed. Samatrak pranayam gives you, develops that, and therefore your breathing will be in different rhythmic patterns. So now you did in the nose, you can do in the diaphragm, you can do in the chest, you can do in the belly. That is what Samantrak pranayam does because it has brutta and or meters, akshara, letters, brutta and meters, prosody, letters, prosody and meters. So it's a different domain to be doing pranayam. So one is vritti pranayam. You have to become quiet, serene, sublime, sedate, placid, transcendent, etc., etc. That is called vritti, and this is called vrutta. Vrutta pranayam, vritti pranayam. Another meaning to vritti pranayam, as you all of you know, samavritti, vishava vritti. So develop the appeal for Indian music, which is rhythmic pattern and melody pattern. We have melody pattern and rhythmic pattern. Western music is only harmony. And harmony is always attention. We should all be harmonious. It brings attention. How to be harmonious? Then you have to coordinate with others. That's why you have uh, chamber music, philharmonic, philharmonic, some orchestra. Harmonic, harmony is important. While Indian music are totally relaxed musicians because it is freelancing. They have only melody pattern to be adhered to and rhythm pattern to be adhered to. Then they have complete freedom. And therefore, for Laya Yoga, Samantra Pranayam, and the Laya Yoga concept of yoga, aspect of yoga, you all want to say, ultimately have in at least vision or imagination that samadhi happens in your yoga. Now, that samadhi will depend upon absorption, the ability to get absorbed. If you're not absorbed, how will you get samadhi? Samadhi itself is absorption. And for absorption, this is the component, the laya, in the sense absorption. Laya in the sense cyclic rhythm. So you oscillate cyclically and therefore you put to sleep all mundane turbulence. mundane spasmodism. Mundane life is all spasmodic, sporadic. You will have joys and sorrows. They come in any pattern. They don't have pattern at all. 1 minute of delight and 10 days of sorrow. It can happen. There is no pattern for that. That if you have 1 minute of delight, you will get 1 minute of sorrow. Or 1 minute of delight, 2 minutes sorrow. 1 minute delight, 2 minutes sorrow. 1 minute delight, there is no pattern. Anyway, I don't know whether it was apt to put across, but I did it. So it is not just rhythmic breathing like mechanical rhythm. The breath rate is not at all shaking, or it is consistent. In life condition, you can never have consistent breathing. That's not life at all. If the breathing is consistent, it's not life. You don't live the life, and therefore it is consistent. If you are in your life, excitement, worry, delight, sorrow of different dimensions, that's how the life is made up of. How the breathing can be consistent? Mechanical consistency. Anyway, thank God, time is up. I cannot prolong. So you're all relieved. Namaskar, all of you.
Pranam, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaskar.
Pranam, sir. Pranam.
Namaste,
sir.
Pranam.
Thank you, Prashant ji. Thank you.
Pranam, sir.
Pranam.
धन्यवाद सर.
Pranam.
Dhanyavad.
Pranam, Prashant ji.
Pranam.
sir.
Pranam. Dhanyavad. Okay, all of you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Prashant ji.
Thank you,
Pranam,
Prashant.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant ji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, all of you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Bye,
Goodbye.
sir.
Exit करूँ?